In Utica, New York, a truck driver known as Clean collects garbage in a crumbling, crime-ridden urban residential zone. He collects usable pieces, which he salvages, restores, and sells to his acquaintance's donation shop. Clean now lives alone in a workshop following the loss of his daughter. While picking up trash in the evening near a seafood eatery operated by a man named Michael, Clean observes Michael and his armed goons carrying out a drug trafficking operation. The next morning, Clean discovers that his neighbor Diana's school bus is no longer running in her neighborhood due to service cuts and offers to transport her to school. He then drops off a refurbished bike at her residence. Ethel, Diana's grandmother, challenges his motives. He claims that he is just trying to save myself. Meanwhile, Michael kills one of his partners after discovering that his suppliers have failed to deliver 5 bags of cocaine. His son, Mikey, is horrified to witness this. While cleaning that evening, Clean comes over Michael's partner's remains. Michael enters unexpectedly, apologizes for the odor, and gives Clean money, but he declines and continues his work. The following day, Clean's car breaks down in a terrible neighborhood. While he tries to mend it, a bunch of thugs chases a man down an alley. Clean follows them and witnesses them beating a man to oblivion. All of a sudden, one of them knocks him out with a baseball bat. He wakes up in a hospital and is prescribed medication by a doctor, but he refuses and goes straight home. The following day, Clean encounters Deanda with several thugs. He pushes her to return home, but Deanda responds that he has no right to boss her around. When the thugs become hostile, Deanda ultimately agrees to Clean's request to avoid additional strife. At home, Michael criticizes Mikey for spending time with his pals rather than helping him manage his business. Mikey gets triggered and threatens him with a knife and chooses to flee from home. After cleaning up an abandoned property, Clean was on his way home. He finds Diana's bike in front of a house. Later discovers Diana being bullied and on the verge of being raped by the goons, including Mikey, who is recording the scene. Clean walks in and slugs them with a pipe wrench. One by one, it became a slugfest, except it was one-sided. Clean then proceeds to take Diana home. The next morning, Michael is informed that Mikey needs surgery, or he may never be able to talk properly again, but Michael refuses to pay for it. After seeing the previous night's recording, Michael instructs Frank, a dishonest police officer, to kill Diana and Ethel and bring Clean to him alive. Clean tries to escape the city with Diana and Ethel, but he notices he's being followed. While being pulled over, he identifies the police officer as having been bribed by Michael. He speeds away. After a high-speed chase, his car begins to break down. However, he manages to avoid the cops. They stop at a diner. Diana leads Ethel to the restroom, while Clean looks for a vehicle to hijack. Michael's henchmen approach and chase Deanda and Ethel into the building's back rooms. Clean intercepts, and one by one, he kills them all. After resting at a motel for the night, Ethel accuses Clean of harming them and displacing them from their house. Clean promises to put things right and returns home to purchase weapons. At Michael's house, Frank discovers from a fellow officer that Clean was formerly a feared professional assassin known as the Grim Reaper, who quit and isolated himself in the city when his daughter died. Clean phones Michael to warn him that he is on his way to him. Moments after, Clean drives the garbage truck into Michael's house and engages in a gunfire with Michael's guys, killing them one by one. Michael then beats him, but he recovers and wins the fight. He was ready to unalive Michael when an armed Mikey appeared. Michael believes his son is going to kill Clean, but Mikey fires the weapon into his father. He then tries to shoot Clean, but runs out of ammunition. Crime rates in Diana's neighborhood have substantially decreased over time as more children take to the streets to play. While pedaling down the street, Diana notices a garbage truck arriving, prompting her to smile.